as if that wasn't enough, life kept dealing me harder hands. A parent who suffered from drug addiction. And then came the kind of loss that ripped the air right from my lungs. See, most people are taught to run from adversity. But what if everything we learned about adversity was wrong? What if the one thing we were taught to avoid was actually the things that helps us get to our next level? Adversity was a constant companion of mine early on. I began to imagine it as a backpack, one I didn't ask for, one I couldn't take off. Here's the thing about that backpack. You don't get to pack it yourself. Life packs it for you. Every challenge, every loss, every hardship is stuffed deep inside whether you want it there or not. I thought my only job was to carry that backpack around. And then came the heaviest thing ever placed in that backpack. In 2020, my son CJ was born. 18 hours later, I stood in the NICU and watched him take his last breath. People say things don't happen to you, they happen for you. But I gotta tell you, that didn't happen for me. It nearly destroyed me. My backpack was overflowing. This isn't just a photograph of CJ. It's actual proof that I got through the darkest times of my life. My backpack kept getting fuller. And the heavier it got, the more I was able to move forward. But the next few months were some of the darkest days of my life. I couldn't help but ask God why. See, I struggled from what we call the victim mindset. And then that shifted to a survivor mindset, where I told myself I could take on anything. And then came the warrior mindset. I would charge at any obstacle that came my way. But none of those mindsets were enough. I didn't want to just survive adversity or run from it. I wanted to design with it in mind. So that's when I came up with what I call the architect mindset, where I use the pain and adversity in my life as building materials, not just a tool. Once I realized that adversity could be used as a strength, all bets were off. See, here's the thing. You don't overcome adversity. You get through it. And when you do, you become a different version of yourself. You are not the person you were before. Now, what I mean by don't overcome and get through, sounds similar. But imagine overcoming something by climbing over a mountain and you're on the other side. It's behind you. But when you get through adversity, it becomes part of you. Adversity was something that continued to make me stronger. And every challenge that came my way, I was able to pull from my backpack. And then the craziest thing ever happened. I thought to myself, what if I could create adversity intentionally? So I came up with this framework called the adversity accelerator. It's where you intentionally take on challenges in your life before they show up and come at you. And then you're prepared the next time the storm arises. For me, it was physical challenges. The 75 hard program, the David Goggins challenge where I ran 50 miles in 48 hours. I still haven't recovered from that. And then anything that you do with 2 arms, I'm going to do it with 1. Now, for other people, it may be as simple as public speaking, doing a TED Talk, learning a new skill set, or having those tough conversations. I realized the backpack wasn't going anywhere. So I started digging deeper inside. And I found receipts. Proof of everything I'd already survived. And let me tell you something. Proof is power. At 6'5", with one arm and a backpack, I'm undefeated. What I mean by that is, any challenge that's come my way, I've survived. It took me almost 50 years to realize that deep inside that backpack were the tools that I always needed. I thought for some reason it was just on me, weighing me down. It was just a heavy burden I had to carry. It gets lighter with time. So my question to you is, what's in your backpack? What scars are you hiding? See, if I start putting more stuff in my backpack, things that I've made it through, and prepare myself with the tools for the next time something crazy happens to me, how different would it be if you stepped back for a second, pulled something out of your backpack and said, "Nuh-uh, not today, sucker. Look what I made it through. Look what I've already gotten through." So my challenge to you today is, open up that backpack. What's inside? Do you need to do more work? Do you need to put more tools inside to make you prepare for the next step? Are things inside your backpack keeping you from taking on those new challenges? Going for that new thing? Getting on a stage in front of people? Writing that book? Is it holding you back? I guarantee if you dig deep enough, you'll find areas in there you've won before. So why don't we focus on those? I'm not asking you to trip over your past. I'm asking you to dig deep inside your backpack and find that next piece that's going to help you get to that next phase of your life where you want to go. Today, when you get out of here, dig deep in that backpack. Be ready for the next storm when it shows up. Because you won't only survive, you'll rise to your next level.